Let's get to this next story because they touch on what we're talking about right now. Two big names in TV. They're TV doctors. They're under fire right now. Both Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil are being criticized over recent appearances on Fox News. Now get this. Dr. Oz has now apologized in this video he posted to Twitter saying he misspoke. Here's a look at what Dr. Oz said earlier this week on Sean Hannity's show. Let's listen.
Schools are a very appetizing opportunity. I just saw a nice piece in The Lancet arguing that the opening of schools may only cost us 2 to 3% in terms of total mortality. And, you know, that's any life is a life lost. But to get every child back into a school where they're safely being educated, being fed, and making the most out of their lives with a theoretical risk in the backside, it might be a trade-off some folks would consider.
Me personally, I have 2 children, and I'm not taking a 3% chance that my kid may die to get his education. That being said, meantime, Dr. Phil is being criticized for his comments yesterday on Laura Ingram's show. Let's take a look at that.
45,000 people a year die from automobile accidents, 480,000 from cigarettes, 360,000 a year from swimming pools, but we don't shut the country down for that. But yet we're doing it for this, and the fallout is going to last for years because people's lives are being destroyed.
And just an important note on those figures, Dr. Phil said his numbers on swimming pools, they do not kill 360,000 Americans a year. There's about 3,500 deaths a year due to accidental drowning, according to the CDC. But guys, I really want to talk about this because he's talking about 2 to 3% going back to school. I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with Dr. Phil. This is just my opinion. How do you feel about this, Lindsay?
I mean, Dr. Oz, I'm not even going to comment because I think people with kids will be highly offended. But for Dr. Phil, I would say that, you know, you can't compare something that's contagious like this virus to poverty that's not contagious. And what else? Swimming pool deaths, so drowning, you know, that doesn't even make any sense. And I think that even if you are a doctor and you're not an expert in this field, we need to be listening specifically to like the Dr. Fauci's, who's one of the most experienced immunologists in our country. And don't just get on a TV show and just give out information. Even when we talk about it, we discuss not the specifics of how many people are going to get impacted and, you know, what we think about the expertise. We have a doctor on every day. So I think that, you know, unless you're an expert in this specific field and have done extensive research, it's a time to just come together and kind of be quiet.
Yeah, and listen, I just put in my mind, like, listen, if there was 100 people going to an island and there's a 1% chance, not a 2 to 3%, 1% chance, one of those people on that island has the coronavirus. You don't know which one, but life goes on as normal. Golfing, restaurants, socializing. Would you take that chance, Al, to go to that island and be one of 100? But here's the stipulation. You can't come back if you want help and the virus starts spreading. Would you take that chance?
I absolutely wouldn't take that chance. And you know who else I wouldn't let take that chance? My children. You know who else I wouldn't let take that chance, Jeff? Your grandparents. I'm really sick and tired of having our youth and our people that are at risk for this most, the people 65 plus, just thrown around like, yeah, we have to make a couple sacrifices so we can go back to work. So be it. I don't feel like that. I value your grandparents. I value our viewers' grandparents. I value your children like my own, Jeff. And I'm not going to sit here and just let people just keep throwing around numbers like, yeah, 2 to 3%. We have 77 million students in this country, Jeff. That's 2.3 million dead kids, if that number is correct. So if we want to start throwing around that number, how many people are okay with 2.3 million dead children? I'm sure as heck not.
I agree with you, man. Great points. If you guys disagree, please write us in.